to our amazingly crazy 1 year diet anniversary. I don't even know, like anniversary update situation. Who knows? But we're excited to be here and talking about it because it's been a pretty short year, it feels like, right?
I don't know, because it's short, but at the same time, like, if you think of how many good things have happened and how much things have changed, like, it's not that short.
I guess it feels short and long. It's really weird. Like, 52 weeks, you know, it's actually like March 3rd was the day that was our actual start date last year, and so it's just weird to think about that, where it's like it's been a year and I feel like it hasn't really, it went fast for me at least. So should we do total weight loss? Okay, so in 1 year I lost 115 pounds.
And I've lost 78.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I want it to be more, but like obviously our body fights those sometimes, but 115 though in a year is a pretty crazy.
Well, and let's talk about sizes. Like, what size you went down to?
So I started at a 3X shirt, and I was kind of I was a tight 3X, and a 54 jean size, waist size. And now I'm currently at the smallest pants that I'm currently wearing. They're 34s, and I have a large shirt that I can now wear. So that's pretty amazing. I mean, this is an extra large and it's starting to get a little bit loose. You can see where the seam is getting lower. But
I started so I had one pair. I was mostly living in leggings, to be honest, because everything else was comfortable.
I don't think much has changed.
But I guess not. But I started off, I did have one pair of jeans that like fit me okay, but they were still like tight. I mean, they were a size 20 and I was like busting out of them. And then my shirts were size extra large, but like a lot of the t-shirts, like, you know how they like do the really uncomfortable like dig into your armpit kind of thing, and you're always like That's how it was. So I was busting out of most of my clothes. That's why I wore leggings all the time, and sometimes some of his old things. And so currently I am fitting into a size 14 jeans, or I think it was size like, I think it's 32 at Hollister, and it's like no problem. It's super comfy. And then all of my shirts are larges. Well, actually this is extra large because it's been a while, but you could see it's kind of like
we bought that in December.
Yeah. But all my shirts are larges and they're so comfortable.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting to go from, for me, 3X and 54 to 34 and a large, and then she's down to those. That's pretty amazing. What else, like, from a year ago is different, do you feel like? I feel like I have more energy.
Yeah, I don't know, like, that's one thing. I expected to have more energy because like people are always like, oh, so much energetic, and I just felt like I would be able to like not need as much sleep, or I guess I don't take like quite as many naps.
Yeah, that's actually true. She doesn't really. So from the time of the beginning of the year of exercising and all that sort of stuff, she still would need naps from being tired. But towards the end of the 1 year doing this, I would say she really probably
I just take a PMS nap, basically.
Yeah, basically
is what it is. But like I used to take a nap like at least once or twice a week. But
if not more.
Yeah, I think it was pretty consistent once or twice though on Friday, Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I guess that is, but it's also crazy like my stamina at Disneyland has gotten way better. So like I don't like, for some reason when people talk about like, oh, I have so much energy when I have weight loss, I expect it to be like so much more productive and all those different things. Like that hasn't happened as much for me. You on the other hand, it's happened a ton.
Yeah, I have way more energy.
Like talk about your cleaning and all this stuff.
Well, so before I hated cleaning and doing laundry and all that sort of stuff because I was really lazy and tired all the time. And so since like losing weight and then starting to run, I have been consistently like I have so much more energy to do things. Like I don't care as much to do the laundry as I used to. It also used to hurt my back to do laundry. It doesn't hurt my back. I have no back pain. I haven't had back pain in a really long time.
Dishes.
I'm constantly doing dishes, and it's like 3 times a day sometimes. But like, so I really, especially since running, I really feel like my energy is straight up, and I feel like I even still get almost the same amount of sleep that I used to, which is like 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah.
I never have problems with that. My body just needs that amount of sleep, but now I feel like I have more energy throughout the day. Sometimes I'll get my second wind at night, but
you always get your second wind right as I'm like ready to be going to bed, and then you're like,
sometimes I'm like,
talk.
oh, it's 9:30, awesome, I got till midnight more energy.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I really feel like, you know, the discipline of running every day has really helped me in other areas and stuff, which is crazy.
But I do think running, but it is also just like losing weight.
Yeah, losing weight has definitely helped. I mean, it's 115 pounds. That's like a whole person.
Yeah.
So essentially, like, I am, you know, almost half the person I used to be. Not really, but yeah, it's pretty weird. Pretty weird to like see myself in the mirror still, and you know, like,
has there been
pictures.
any like thing that you feel like has most changed about your appearance?
Yeah, I feel like I'm not as like wide anymore. And I definitely can so when I take orders from our business to the post office, there's like a full-size window mirror that I sometimes when I'm walking past with the bin, I'm like, oh, like, hey, that mirror makes me look extra skinny. I don't know if it's just because it's the way the mirror is or whatever, but I'm always like, dang, like, I can't believe that, like, I look that. And then just thinking about 34 size pants, like one of my best friends, when I told him that, he's like, dang, I have some pants that are like 34s.
And he's pretty thin.
And he's like so skinny. And so I just like, it blows my mind that I can wear those too. Because I don't feel skinny. Like, the thing about losing all this weight is I still feel like I used to, like, mentally. And so I still, whenever I see myself sometimes full body in like the mirror or whatever, if I'm trying on clothes, I'm like, it doesn't look like me. Like,
that's something that we have very, very different. And maybe it's because like most of my life I have been thin, and it was just a period that I've been overweight, because like it was more when I was like more and more overweight. When I looked into the mirror, I was like, oh, who's that? Like, you know, and it's like, because I'm expecting to see this like size 4 person walking around. I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the opposite for me, for sure. So, I mean, it's fun to see myself and be like, oh, like, my face obviously is looking a lot thinner. My shoulders, I feel like, are like, this way.
In this past year, he has discovered that he is a shopaholic for clothes. And he loves it.
I try my best not to buy millions of clothes. I know that I'm still shrinking, and so I'm trying to, like, okay, just hold off on buying that thing until, you know, 6 months or so from now. I'm really hoping, I'm kind of shocked with the sizing of clothes, because I'm still about 40 pounds or so away from my goal, and like the large, it's still a little tight in some areas, but like it fits me just fine. And it's just weird to me to think that like in 40 more pounds I potentially could go down to a medium, maybe. And that's weird, because I was just like, yeah, I'm so broad, you know, I have all these broad shoulders.
That's,
blah,
yeah,
blah. That's what I used to say all the time, but I'm like, I don't even think that's true anymore. I don't think I'm that broad. I just think I was really fat. Like, that's all it was, you know? So,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, are there anything you want, like, should we do like our overall like challenge? You know how in our updates we usually talk about challenges or whatever. Do you want to talk about like overall throughout the year, do you think overall, like, reoccurring? Sure,
yeah. I think for me, I think motivation wasn't necessarily hard throughout most of the year. Just towards the end of this last year, yeah, things sort of tapered down a little bit with with stuff. I'm starting to get a little bit tired of those pizzas every day. So I'm trying to switch it up by putting Parmesan cheese on them just to try something new.
Wow.
I know, right?
Wow.
So different. But yeah, I don't, I think struggle-wise, there's only occasional struggle with me mentally being like, oh, I can't. This is really hard right now. Which I'm really thankful for because it definitely helped me the last year. Just being in the routine and being just like so focused on losing weight that it was like my life for the last year. I thought about it constantly, especially like since running and stuff like that. I'm always thinking about it, always trying to improve. And so, I definitely feel like I had a really strong, focused year. And I think going into this next year until I hit my goal, like I'm gonna strive to be just as focused, but I can tell that I'm not as focused right now.
Well, do you want to talk about your foot?
Yeah, so in my keto video from a couple days ago, I talked about, if you haven't seen that yet, my ankle, I have tendonitis in my ankle, and so I had run 8 miles this last Friday, and I couldn't walk on my foot the next day, and so I went to I got a doctor's appointment for that day and went out to the doctor, and they did x-rays to make sure it wasn't like a stress fracture, and it turns out it's tendonitis. And so I went to the PT person on Tuesday, and basically they said no running for at least a month, and they gave me
Which was devastating.
Yeah, it was hard because like I was supposed to run a 10K on Saturday, and so I can't do that now. I'm really bummed about it. Luckily, the Karen Ware people basically said like, yeah, it's
Who's that?
It's the running thing. The turkey trot that we ran Thanksgiving. It's the
people who set up the races.
Karen Ware events. I think it's a woman named Karen Ware, and so it's her business, her like whatever she does. And so basically like I'd emailed them and I said, I can't. I'm doctors wise, I can't just do it. And so they were like, hey, we'll push it forward. And so I'm supposed to email them when I'm ready and I can do another run. And so, but I was devastated because like I've been training that since November. I've been training to run the 10K since November, and it's not gonna happen now. And I'm a little bummed that I can't run for a month because I'm gonna lose a little bit of that endurance and stuff. It's
going to be hard to get back. It just is.
It's probably gonna feel good to run again though.
Yeah, you'll be able to do it.
But I'm hoping I don't fall off. I have a bunch of PT exercises that I have to do to get strength around my ankle, because that's really what it is. I'm kind of flat-footed, and so when I'm running, I'm going inwards, and so they want me to strengthen my ankle, get more arch support in flip-flops and that kind of stuff around the house, so that like I can build the strength of my feet more, so that when I'm doing the impact, it can more muscle support around it. So, cause like so. Just waking up this morning after doing all those PT exercises yesterday, my foot hurt again, and so I'm kind of like, just want it to be okay.
It's going to take time.
It is.
Strength. It's not one exercise is not going to just make it strong.
I know. I wish it was like that. Really, just
I
like
know.
One pump of the, be like, boom! Look at this muscle.
Or like one healthy meal, boom! There's
50 pounds off.
Yeah.
But so I unfortunately like I do have that, which is a little frustrating. So I have about a month worth of rehab to do before I can start building back up to jogging. And the doctor or the PT person basically said, only walk for a month, and then when we reevaluate, we can make a plan that you might just be jogging, no running. But I don't know how to jog without running, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But
just go
slow,
I guess.
Slow motion running. But yeah, so the running thing though is huge this year for me. Even just starting it was, probably a step in the right direction, obviously. Yeah. But I really was kind of at a point where I was stalling really badly, and the exercises weren't really that interesting to me. But then Amy was running, and I was like, I might as well run too. She's doing it, I can do it too. And all of a sudden, I'm apparently really into it and turned into a little bit of an athlete. So, yeah, last year I would not have thought about even doing that. Like the idea of running like a year ago made me,
I don't like it.
It made me terrified.
I know. I wish I had your attitude, but I still don't like it. But Should I talk about my challenges over the year? Or do you have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, overall, I feel like there's just a few moments throughout the year that I really felt like was hard, but it was really easy for me to just get so focused because I really wanted this. And in past times that I'd try to lose weight, I'd go for a while and then something would bounce me out and I wouldn't care anymore. And so like this, I was just so focused, and the fact that we were able to do it together really helped me.
So I would say my like overall challenge throughout the whole thing was maybe like consistency. I would say maybe the emotional and mental state of being inconsistent in losing weight. So there would be times, well, you guys have seen our updates, you know, where there have been times where it's either like hitting a plateau or just like losing so minimal weight. What especially was really hard when we were really focused on exercise and running, and like we were seeing like a lot of strides moving forward in what we were able to physically do, like running. And so we would put in like really hard, good long runs combined with like a solid week of eating, and then the scale just wouldn't match up. And of course there could be like 1,000 reasons, like maybe we're building muscle or different things like that. But I think my challenge was really was the mental state in that happening, you know, like not getting too discouraged. Thank goodness I don't think either of us ever wanted to quit.
Yeah, even when we'd have weeks where it was like, ugh, we gained a pound, or ugh, we didn't lose anything. Like we would have a hard day and it would be frustrated for ourselves, but like we were always able to we never wanted to quit.
And that was great. And so I think it was hard, I guess it was hard not understanding or not knowing. So like feeling like I am doing the right things and not seeing the results was, I think, hard for me. And honestly, it still is kind of hard because like there aren't answers, you know, like it's not like,
sorry,
that's okay. I'm really boring, I know. So no, it's not like you're like you find out what was wrong or what was doing, at least not for me, you know. So it was more of like either changing things up or honestly sometimes staying consistent, which is like those are total opposite and like things, like either try something new or just keep doing what you're doing and you'll and even saying that is like that's not helpful, but so it's still hard. It's just, I guess you just gotta stick with it, whatever you decide to do.
Yeah, and that was like pretty key because we were, especially the first 6 months, like those first 6 months, it was so important for us to be like, we're not cheating for 6 solid months, no cheating.
I think that was the key that made us successful, were those 6 months.
Yeah, because the amount of weight that I lost and how much I changed in those first 6 months was so crazy to me that's why like it kept me going. Like it's really important, like if you're out there struggling with like, oh, you know, I want to quit, or I, you know, I don't, whatever it is, one of the things that were so visually important to me was making side-by-side photos every single month, because it was just, it's crazy to think that, you know, a year ago that's what I looked like, or a year ago that's how I felt. Because
you won't notice, like you won't even notice if you're doing it with like someone else. You won't even notice the change in each other if you see them every day.
Yeah,
like Eric looks the same to me. I know he doesn't. It might be crazy to say, but like he's just my husband, you know, like he just looks like my husband. And so like seeing the size difference, even though like there is a big size difference, like I don't see it. So like seeing like side-by-side pictures was, I agree, was very helpful.
Yeah, and the one thing too is like when you, even with yourself, when you're going in the mirror and, you know,
you can't see that
every day, you don't necessarily see. I noticed it the opposite, which was, you know, a year and a half ago, I noticed that, oh, my face looks extra fat for some reason, and it's because I'd gained a bunch of weight. And so this time when I was losing it, it was maybe every 6 or 7 weeks I would notice a slight difference where it was like, like, does it look different? You know, and then I would see it, like watching an old video of ours, or I would look at a picture and be like, oh yeah, I have changed, like my face does look different. And so like I don't think I carry a ton of weight, and well, maybe I do. I still have a double chin. so I mean that's gonna be there for a while longer. I need probably another 40 pounds or so, but anyways, I forgot what I was saying, but
Pictures.
The pictures are important.
Yes.
Basically.
Especially because I think he was able to like go down in sizes really quick, but a lot of my clothes were like too small for me, so they were just fitting better, but I couldn't tell. And so having those side-by-side pictures were really helpful for me, because I was able to see something, even though like I couldn't buy new clothes as fast as he could, so it was really helpful.
Yeah, and the thing with me in the clothes is like I carried all of my weight right here.
Yeah.
And so when I was shrinking in, like clothes sizes, because it was where I carried a lot of weight on my stomach, and so I had this big old belly, and when I started losing 30 pounds, I was like, oh man, I already need new pants.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I didn't buy any new pants until 6 months in. I don't think.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember when he did. I think it was right around our anniversary is where I bought some shorts. And those were 44s, I remember, which is 10 sizes ago, or 10 inches ago, I guess. Which is crazy to think about. But yeah, like, it's really fun to see how much we've changed in the last year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna link in below like our start of video that we did where we said we're gonna make changes.
Yeah.
So that you can see the difference between what it was a year ago versus now. Just so you can say like, oh my gosh, these people have changed a lot.
We probably should have watched that before so we could make some comparison.
We should have watched that
before,
but
I didn't think about that.
We didn't think about that. That's alright. But yeah, I was like, do you have anything else specific that you could
I don't think so. I think
yeah, the journey this last year has been crazy, and the journey ahead is just going to be even crazier. And
yeah, so, it's not like we're done, obviously.
No, I mean, I very much am. I have 40 more pounds to lose, and
I can't do the math.
Yeah, and so
maybe 50, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty crazy to continue to do this, but I'm excited about it, and I'm really excited that Amy is here to support me, and then I'm here to support Amy through all this craziness. And so but yeah,
I say one more thing that maybe we should say is like having a support person. I don't think either of us could have done it without a support person.
Yeah,
accountability is so key.
It is, and like just being there emotionally for each other. When one of us has a bad day, usually the other one wouldn't. And so that person could kind of help the person through, like, if I was having a bad day, Amy would always cheer me up or whatever, and vice versa. So,
and it was also really nice, especially for like weighing day if things didn't go well for one of us, that it was nice because we know that the other person, whatever encouragement or whatever they're saying, is coming from a place where they understand.
Yeah.
That was also really, really nice.
Yeah. So, I don't have much more to say.
I don't think so either.
So anyways, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate the support you guys have given us the last year. Honestly, it's really been helpful.
Yes, actually that is one more thing. We want to give a huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed, watched, send us nice comments, because that has been, I think, a really big part of this journey is this YouTube accountability and support. So we just want to give a big huge thank you so much. Yeah, we're really thankful, because like a lot of times if you gave us tips or just encourage, sometimes reading an encouraging note was super helpful for me, because sometimes you do have a bad day, and so it's when people say nice things, it's it's nice. And so like we're really thankful for everybody for subscribing and helping us along this journey. It's not over. We're gonna keep pushing through. We have a lot of changes to make still, and so we just are really thankful for you guys to be along with us on this amazing, crazy, life-changing journey. So but thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. If you are new, hit the subscribe button, and we are excited to have you aboard. There's a lot of changes still going on, and we're super excited. So, and if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And thanks again, guys. We really appreciate it. Thank you. See you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.